Greetings, my name is Beverly D, and this is a reading for Aries for the year of 2019. So, Aries, we want to see what is going on with you for this brand new year that's here. And before we get started, you know this is tea time, and you have to have a cup of tea with me. Oh my, I'm making a mess here. Okay, now this cup of tea is for you, Aries, and Happy New Year. And I also want to say that this cup of tea is also for my Aries sister, Gloria. So this is tea for Aries and my sister, Aries, Gloria. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Well, the first thing that's coming up here is the Ace of Pentacles here. And so this here is definitely dealing with prosperity. This is a lot of improvement that is going on here for a lot of you Aries, especially in the financial area. I know some of you might be kind of worried because of, especially if you're working for the government, but I feel like that things is going to be okay. It's kind of like you dealing with a it's kind of like an earthquake, and so you know things start to shaking, but it's like a tremor. It's not an earthquake. So I just want you to know that you just hold on, and it's just a tremor, and there might be a little things that get misplaced or out of place, but I don't see a major issues for many of you Aries that's here. I see a lot of growth. I see a lot of improvement that's going on here with Aries. I also feel like that this is also a time for you to start to really looking at growing, getting into gardening, growing your own food. So they even have a way to grow food inside. So when you come against emergencies and things like this, you able to have something to kind of hold you until things go get better or improve. I also see here too where I feel like that I see a Aries here, and I feel that you kind of really concerned about home or about family situations. I feel like money is a major concern, but because the first card that come out here is prosperity or improvement, I would say dealing with your finances here, this is a time for you to really get creative. You cannot cave in, you cannot panic. So do not panic, Aries. This is a time for you to tap into your creativity, and you can come up with solutions and come up with creative ways to survive, to get through the earthquake. And it's not an earthquake, it's just a tremor, to get through this until things settle down. And then I feel like that it's going to be okay, because I see some of you, you're going to get paid, and I'm talking about the government people and even other people. This is some people that's not even dealing with government. They having little financial issues, but I feel like after about the second month of the New Year's, I feel things will start to get back on track. Things will really start to pick up here financially here. I'm also seeing here too, because I would say around February. So January and February, this is the time for you to not be afraid and to start to create here and figure out. Look for wherever there's a problem, just remember it's always a solution that is right there with it. I'm also seeing here too that I feel like that some of you Aries are going to be having some problems with relationships. So you know how it is when things get really tight here. There could be some issues, because this is talking about your home, your foundation here. So some of you are going to be worrying about losing your home. Some of you are going to be, it's going to be really tense when it comes to relationships here. But again, this is when you go down deep and pull your strength. This is a lot of you is going to really see what you really made of, who you really are. That's what you're going to see. So this is not the time to buckle in. This is not the time to crumble. I feel like the first couple of months of 2019 might be kind of rough for some of you Aries, but then it's going to start to improve after that. I'm also seeing here too where I feel like that I see an Aries here where I feel like that you're going to learn from whatever these little adjustments and changes that is going on. And like I said earlier, some of you could be farmers, and I feel like that you are going to look at ways to improve your product. I see some people, Aries, I'm talking about Aries now. I see some of you Aries here. I see someone is going to be dealing with animals, so you're going to be working with animals here. I also see some Aries here where I feel like that you could be working with children. So I see some children energy that I see that's going on here. But I see a lot of working together more so than working apart here. So there's going to be more of a union. A lot of times when things get kind of rough and kind of hard, it either pulls people away apart or it puts them together. So I feel like that it's going to mostly put you together than pull you apart. I'm also seeing here too where I feel like that, yeah, I see some difficulties here, but I see that you're able to work things out. When you start getting around that March, April kind of energy, this is when it feels like coming out of a tunnel and you start to see the light. So you're able to really see things much better, understand things much better. So things is definitely going to really improve. I see an Aries here for the year of 2019. I feel like that there's going to be a move. I feel that there's an Aries that, or it could be more than one Aries here that could definitely be moving from maybe like a where there are seasons to where I see a lot of sun here. So I feel like you could be moving more south or something like that. I feel some Aries are going to be making some major moves here. I feel like that the ones who can adjust quickly will be able to really survive. I feel like that things will not be as difficult and as hard if you're able to make that adjustment, because this is definitely going to be an adjustment year for a lot of you Aries, especially the beginning of the year. And then I see things really start to improve. I'm also seeing here too where I keep picking up a lot of growth energy. I feel like that this is a way for Aries to start to, don't be afraid to venture out of the norm. So you could be used to going left and then now you're going to go right. Or you could be used to doing something one way and now you're going to say, well, let's try something another way. And you're going to see that it will definitely work in your favor here. I'm also seeing here too where I feel like that I'm seeing, I see an Aries here, and I keep picking up an energy, and I see somebody, and I'm laughing because I'm hearing a lot of comedy. So there is an Aries that I feel like that you are going to really be discovered, or you're going to really make a breakthrough, and this is in comedy here. So someone here, which is an Aries, and I feel like that when it's going to happen is not when you think it's going to happen. I keep feel like it's going to be more so of that kind of that April, that when I say there's going to be a shift around March, April, May, so just say springtime. I feel like that there's the Aries that's definitely going to break through, dealing with a comedy kind of energy that's here. So you're going to do very well when it comes to that part of the entertainment business, this comedy, and you're going to be very good. People are going to really be receptive to you. I also see here too where I feel like that there is an Aries here, and this is the energy here where it kind of feels like that it felt like you had got knocked down. And you know when you in the boxing ring and they start counting and 1, 2, and things like that. So people kind of like, oh, this person is not going to get up. They've been kind of knocked down, but they're not going to get up. And you're going to end up getting up right before that. They make that, what, I don't know what they count, 10 times or whatever. But you're going to end up getting up, and you're going to end up winning the fight, or winning, or getting to your destiny, or making it to your goals here. So you might get knocked down, but you're not going to get knocked out. I'm also seeing here too where I feel like that there's the Aries here where I keep picking up something about being reunited with some children or a child in 2019. And this to me kind of feels like it could be around that June, July kind of energy. So I do feel like there's going to be some kind of reconnection that's going to be going on in that area with a child or with some children here. I'm also seeing here too where I feel that the Aries that's going to venture into some kind of new business, or some kind of something that I see here that you're going to, and I'm hearing aerospace or something like that. So I see an Aries here that's going to be involved in something to do with aerospace. I just feel like it's almost like how when a rocket goes out, you know, it be shaky, and then all of a sudden when it get to a certain altitude or whatever you call it, then it starts to go smooth. Well, that's what this feels like with whatever this adventure that you're going to be dealing with. I feel like that this almost like a new frontier. So it's really not nothing to compare with. You're pretty much inventing, creating. And so this is going to be a good year for whoever this Aries that's dealing with that aerospace kind of energy that I feel that's there. I'm also seeing here too for 2019 Aries, I keep picking up an energy here where there could be someone that could had really dealing with some health issues here. I keep seeing blood, so there could be some kind of blood infection or something here. I'm seeing blood here, and I just feel like that where everybody else is saying, well, it's pretty much nothing, that, you know, they've accepted a certain situation, and I feel Aries that you're not going to accept it. There's just something that's going to be keep bothering you inside that says just take it one step further. And I feel like that's what you're going, and just by taking it that one step further, that excuse me, is what's going to save I would say turn things around major, big time. And so I just feel like that when it comes to that, you know how they say get second, third opinion. Well, I just feel like this, it's almost like they saying, what do you have to lose? Why not just get this one more opinion? And that's where the answer is with that last, where you ready to stop. That's where you're going to find the answer. I'm also seeing here too where I keep picking up, and I don't know why I'm dealing with up in space here, but I keep picking up an Aries here. Now I felt something, this is another Aries that I'm picking up, and I keep feeling here where you are working on something here. It's like a dangerous job, but only certain people can handle this. To me, it might not be this, but it feels like this, like a person that's a bomb maker or working on what do you call that, nuclear waste or something like that. It's very dangerous, but you are the expert, so it's like you can really handle this. You know how sometimes people are born for a certain job, they have they just do it better than anybody else. Well, that's what this feels like. So I feel like that there's an Aries that's going to be dealing in a real kind of dangerous situation, but you handle it. And I also feel like that people are going to recognize how valuable that you are. They're going to recognize the gift that you have here. And And I don't see any problems or anything going on as far as anything happening to you dealing with this work that you do that's kind of dangerous. I'm also seeing here Aries for 2019. I keep picking up an energy here where it feels like that somebody could have had some problems with walking, and I feel like that your mobility will really be like miracle or miraculous kind of energy. So where you couldn't walk before or do something before, I feel like that you definitely will be able to do it in 2019. I'm also, and let's see what's going on here with some of you Aries as far as relationship is concerned. Well, we're gonna see what is going on. Okay. Now I see an Aries here where I feel like that you are so focused on what you're doing, or your mind has been made up that you're not going to find the right one, or you're too old, or whatever the situation is. But that's not going to be true in 2019. I feel like that there's, even if it's just a strong friendship. So I feel like that there's going to be some friendship that's going to be going on. I see some people here is going to be really find or run into, or it's no coincidence, they're really going to be with their soul mate. And I just see an energy, it's a lot of love. And it says there's an Aries here that don't believe that they deserve love. It's kind of like you beat yourself up. It didn't work one time for you, or something happened and you've been beating yourself up, nobody else. And so you're going to stop beating yourself up in 2019, and you're going to dust yourself off, and you're going to try it again. Now this time it's definitely going to work for you, Aries. So I'm feeling some real chemistry that's going to be going on here with many of you Aries dealing in 2019. And some of you that, even if it's not a physical love kind of energy, there could be a very strong friendship that I see here, or a very strong partnership, because that's also important, that if you're in business or you're working together on something, that the partnership be very strong also. So I feel that energy is going to be good. I'm seeing here that there are some Aries that I feel like that, yeah, some of you might separate or divorce during this time, but that's not what you focus on. This is a year here of major changes or adjustment. So if you are one of the Aries that's going to be separated or divorced, you have to look at it that what is happening here, the shift that's going on. So you focus on the direction you're going into. Look forward. Don't be looking backwards, because this year is going to be moving a little faster than last year, and you're going to have to stay, excuse me, a little bit focused. Well, Aries, my information is below, and you can contact me. Make sure that you push my likes and subscribe. And I just want to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year, sister Gloria, my sister Aries. I want to say Happy New Year to all my beautiful Aries. And till next time, this is Tea Time.